gardening friend, it is July and time for our July garden tour. And I've got my camera guy with me today. He's gonna be doing all my garden tours, and he does not want me to call him Carrot Guy this month. Alright, so I think the highlight of this month is going to be our Tromboncino squash. So let's get down to the garden and see what's growing. Okay, here's our volunteer pumpkin. It's going the whole way from down there, the whole way up to here. And you can see it's starting to turn orange. Seems like it's a little early in the year to do that, but I don't know why it's turning orange so early. Here's my wall of tomatoes. And I've got them tied up. I used the staple tool that I did a video on. If you missed that, I'll go ahead and put a link up here or over here. I'll put a card up there so that you can come back after the video and watch that video of how that tool works. But we are getting some red tomatoes. We're getting a few red ones, and we got some tomatoes coming. I think those are the Mountain Rouge, which was my favorite from last year. Here's some carrots. Saw them last month. They're getting bigger. Okay, I've got some peppers through this area, and I staked them up with some natural sticks. Might have to put some more sticks on there. You can see these peppers up here. Did I say peppers? Can you see these figs up here? This is a yellow long neck or something like that. It might be a yellow Lebanese, I forget. I'd have to look and see. These peppers are coming along nicely though. I gave them a bunch of mulch from out of the rabbit enclosure, the rabbit kennel. You can see I used Jerusalem artichokes for this pepper plant. See that one, I even put some roots in there, so that's alive. It's just like a growing alive trellis. We'll go around the other way to see our okra plants. You can see the beans from here though, with the black coat beans on that trellis. You can't even see the trellis. They're going up super high. The okra grew a lot since last month. Look at this bloom down here. It's ready to start blooming, ready to start growing into some okra fruit for us. We thinned that out on camera last month, I think. We made them like every 6 inches. All right. Oh, come over here and show them the watermelon. There's a little baby watermelon. Can you see it? And this is another piece of that volunteer pumpkin. And more watermelon down there. Not a whole lot of baby watermelons on there yet, but we do have some blooms, so they should be coming. Right here, this is the Moringa. You want to try a piece, camera guy? Mm-hmm. I'll try a piece too.
Yum.
And then right beside it is the Egyptian spinach for real. We have a hard time knowing what is Egyptian spinach in our garden because there's so much of a weed that looks just like it. You want a piece of Egyptian spinach too? Or did you decide you didn't like it? There's some little Tromboncino squash here. There's one. There's 2 babies here. Let's go on the other side of this trellis. I got something over here that I didn't show you yet, camera guy. Yeah, come back. Actually, we can go back through this way. Oh wait, show them our peppers. These are our hot peppers. I think this might be a jalapeno. This might be a jalapeno that we just planted. Pretty sure that's a jalapeno. See, there's a pepper there. We just ate one of these yesterday. And then this other jalapeno is one that I overwintered. So it actually does have a lot bigger, more peppers. There's one here. See that one?
Can I eat it?
Yeah. They're so young, they're not really hot. They're not much different than a sweet pepper right now.
This one is hot.
That's hot?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is a little hot. Now I'm gonna have hiccups. Oh, that one is hot. The other one we ate yesterday off of there was not hot at all. Are we gonna be able to continue?
Yes.
Colin, I didn't show you this. Look. There's another pumpkin from our volunteer pumpkin vine. Way over here on the other side of the garden. Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
Look here, here's our square foot onions, which we could actually start harvesting more of them and using them to be cooking. I did thin this out quite a bit because I planted them pretty close together. And there's a square foot pepper that we just planted. And there's some Egyptian spinach that we planted in the...
Mama.
You wanted another leaf? Whew. That jalapeno was pretty toasty. And then over here is some garlic from our square foot bed. That garlic didn't get very big. I only had like one clove of garlic this year that got very big, and that was a volunteer. But even these little ones still have some good tasting garlic. Guess we did a little harvest right there, didn't we?
Is this your square foot garden?
It is. A couple square foot garden beds.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what else we got. This is the Everglades Tomato. Got the seeds from Dan at Dan's Permaculture in Florida. And I'm excited to see how they're gonna do in our warm, humid climate. They're supposed to last the whole way till fall. This is the swamp fertilizer mixture. Ooh, look at that. I just started this.
It smells bad.
It does smell really bad. It stinks really good, I mean. But I just started this, I think, a day or two ago. And look how it's already, the comfrey leaves have deteriorated a lot. I think that could be ready to use. But I'm gonna go ahead and cover it so that the mosquitoes don't start breeding. And I can start using that like right away. Yeah, that looks good. There's our raspberries. They're pretty much done. I'm still getting a raspberry or two every once in a while. Look at that kiwi bush over here. That kiwi bush. It's doing really well. Maybe we'll get kiwis off of it some year. This is a tower of cherry tomatoes. I've got 2 cherry tomatoes in here. And they're starting to get ripe over here on this side. You can see some cherry tomatoes down there. They're starting to turn orange. And there's one over there that's turning red. If you look through there, can you see that one? Here's our butterfly garden. Here's some milkweed. We saw some eggs on here for monarch because we saw a monarch lay the eggs. And then here's some zinnias the butterflies are liking. There's our garden dog. Hi, Roxy. She's our old dog.
Can I pedal?
Yep. She was laying down yesterday. We thought she was dead. So we went over and surprised her, made her jump. Got some marigolds through there, and our strawberry patch. Getting some rest until next year. Here's the garden we have, mostly for rabbit crops. Got arugula there. Got some leaves of cilantro, which isn't really liking the heat very much. There's some cilantro right there and right there. And there's some carrot in here. This is Nantes carrot. Up here we got some radicchio. And we have some dandelion. Actually, the dandelion is way over here. It's some I transplanted. And it looks like something's been eating it. Probably that rabbit. There we have a wild rabbit in the garden. Here's our cucumbers. That one vine over there looks like it's doing the best. It has some baby cucumbers on. Let's see what else we have to show. Here's some basil. You want to try basil? You already tried basil, didn't you? I think you don't like basil.
Yummy.
Really? I thought you said you didn't like basil.
Oh, corn. It's growing.
Oh yeah, there's corn. We put some corn out to feed the squirrel, and he planted corn all through our garden. There's that big one there. Oh look, it's starting to tassel at the top. Those are the seeds how the corn gets fertilized. Those drop in the little crevices. Let's go over here and I'll show you that. When the wind blows, these little tassels, see that pollen falling off? And the pollen and these little pieces here fall down into here, and they get stuck, and then corn starts growing from that. See that corn right there? There's a corn. That's a corn cob. Here's our persimmon tree, and it's got some persimmons on it. There's a little one. There's some other bigger ones over around on the other side. Here's one. It's got quite a few persimmons on it this year. Okay, let me show the elderberry. I transplanted this elderberry, so it's not really very happy this year. But it does have some blooms on it. Look at that bloom cluster. All these little blooms are going to form little berries. So it looks like we're going to get some elderberries, even though I did just transplant that. Alright, let's get over to the star of the month, which is our Tromboncino.
Yes.
Here's our biggest Tromboncino. Whoa, that thing's like 4 feet tall. And I'm going to go ahead and pick this baby, because we should start using it. See, look at that. I'll get over here so you can see me.
I have to back up.
Yes, you do for this big thing. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? So there's no seeds the whole way down here. There's no seeds until you get out here to the bulb. And it looks more like a trumpet to me. Well, maybe a trombone without the slide, right? Okay, and camera guy wanted me to show you his turtle habitat, because it does have some tomatoes in his turtle habitat. So let's get over here to the turtle habitat. Hey, here's our little turtle habitat. And look at that red tomato. Did you want me to eat it? Okay, let's pull this tomato off and eat it. It's one of our earliest tomatoes of the year. Oh, that was so good. Camera guy thinks he doesn't like tomatoes, but he'll grow up one day. Do you want to tell him the story of finding your turtle? We're fostering?
Yes. I was playing outside in our yard, and then I found this weird looking rock. I touched it, it moved, and I was like, oh no, what is this? I went and got Grandma, and she had to get it out of the ground, and then I found a turtle. And it is a she.
And that was in the middle of the winter, wasn't it?
She was stuck in the ground.
But she likes to dig down into the soil here. So sometimes she's hard to find.
She's just a baby. A lot of tomatoes fell off.
Yeah, she'd probably eat that tomato that fell down there too, right? I'm going to go ahead and put a link up here to my monthly garden tours, so you can see my garden since January if you want to run through that playlist. And I'll put a link over here to the fast bind tool that I use to tie up my tomatoes. If you want to see how that tool works, it really makes tying up tomatoes fun and easy. It's fun and easy. Alright, so I'll put a link to that video up there. Thanks for watching, have a blessed day, and we'll see you again real soon.